Happy Wednesday, October 1st, 2025. You're tuned into the Blue Lightning AI Daily Podcast. I'm Zane, and yes, the outline for today's episode was drafted by our friendly neighborhood AI. If you hear a weird pause or a robotic, we left the glitch in for vibes.
I'm Pippa, and if the bot tries to take my job mid-sentence, I'll unplug its USB. Kidding. Sort of. Today, Claude Sonnet 4.5. Anthropic dropped a bunch of upgrades, and creators are buzzing. What's the tea, Zane? Tiny tweak or big swing?
Bigger than it looks, swing. Sonnet 4.5 focuses on three things that actually matter for day-to-day work. Better coding on real bugs, better computer use across apps in the web, and reliability features like checkpoints, rollbacks, and task memory that keep long projects from derailing.
So not just it writes code faster, but it won't lose the plot after hour 3. That's the part I care about. Also, I saw Axios report that it can run agent tasks for up to 30 hours on its own. That's a whole work week in creator hours. Sources on that. Axios.
Yep, Axios reported the 30-hour autonomy claim on benchmarks. Anthropic says Sonnet 4.5 tops SWE-bench Verified, which is the human-validated benchmark for real software issues, less toy problems, more your test suite, better pass. That benchmark was introduced by OpenAI's research team. It's become a go-to yardstick. And for computer use, Sonnet 4.5 reportedly leads OSWorld, which is the "Can your AI actually use a computer like a person?" test. Sources there. OSWorld's site and Anthropic's briefings, also outlets like TechCrunch and Reuters, covered the release.
Okay, so for creators, that OSWorld piece is the juice. If it can navigate Google Sheets, kick a deck into Keynote, and update my CMS without me babysitting, that's not hype, that's Tuesday. And they added a Chrome extension for Mac users, on-page drafting, summarizing, all that, so you can work in context.
Exactly, and the new reliability tools are practical. Checkpoints and instant rollbacks in Claude Code mean if the agent's refactor goes off the rails, you roll it back like a save point. Task memory and context editing in the API should help with long-running campaigns. Think multi-week brand voice consistency or a serialized YouTube series outline that doesn't morph each episode.
I love that they also dropped an agent SDK memory, permissions, multi-agent coordination. That screams we want people building production-grade assistants, not just chatbots. MacRumors and TechCrunch both highlighted that angle.
Pricing matters too. TechCrunch reported Anthropic kept Sonnet pricing consistent, around $3 per million input tokens and $15 per million output tokens on the API. That predictability is good for teams watching budget dashboards. Availability is broad. Claude API, desktop and web apps, VS Code and Claude Code, Chrome extension for Macs, and the Agent SDK.
So who is this actually for? If you're a daily YouTuber, I'd use it to auto-tag footage, generate shot lists from a script, and then let it do my end-of-week analytics report. Podcasters? Give it your raw transcript, let Sonnet chunk chapters, write show notes, push a blog post to your CMS, and assemble a social bundle. Titles, thumbnails, the works.
Designers and marketers get the biggest lift from computer use. OSWorld style gains map to fix the deck formatting, populate a campaign calendar, wrangle assets across Drive, and reduce the soul-crushing copy-paste. If it's truly leading in that benchmark, that's less micromanagement.
For filmmakers, imagine an on-set laptop assistant. It logs takes, syncs notes to your shot list, pulls quick lookbooks from references, and spits a continuity report. Not replacing your first AD, calm down, but saving 30 minutes per setup adds up.
Let's compare to rivals. OpenAI's latest models like GPT-5 are strong on reasoning and tool use. Google's Gemini 2.5 has been pushing longer context and faster latency options. Anthropic's angle here is reliability plus safety plus actual computer use. Reuters framed the 4.5 launch as targeting business workflows. If those OSWorld and SWE-bench Verified results hold up in the wild, this pushes them to the front for agenty, hands-on tasks.
Wait, what about token cap? Because I live in massive brand kits and 200-page decks. Did they change the context window?
Anthropic didn't spotlight a new cap in the coverage we saw. Our read, pricing stayed put, access is broad, and the long session reliability tuning got love. If you need exact context window numbers, check Anthropic's docs. Nothing major changed in the briefings we saw.
That's fine. I care more if it stops drifting after 3 hours. Also, benchmarks aren't the real world, I get it. But using SWE-bench Verified and OSWorld together feels less leaderboard cosplay and more can your bot ship a fix and click the buttons. Sources: OpenAI's SWE-bench Verified intro, OSWorld's benchmark site, and replicates page listing Sonnet 4.5 scores.
Let's hit workflow impact. Is this a must-have? If your stack already includes an LLM for ideation and another for automation, Sonnet 4.5 could consolidate both. Checkpoint's rollback might replace some janky git stash dance during AI-assisted refactors. And if the Chrome extension is good, you'll context switch less, which is the silent killer of creator time.
Time saved for a solo creator? Conservatively 30 to 60 minutes a day if you let it handle slides, calendar updates, and routine CMS tweaks. On launch weeks, a couple hours. For a small team, it's the difference between we'll get to it Friday and it went out today.
Risks and limitations. Agents still hit walls logins, CAPTCHAs, flaky web UIs. Guardrails and permission prompts in the SDK are good for safety, but they can slow down flows if not tuned. We didn't see anything about watermarks or export caps. This isn't a video generator, but watch for rate limits if you go heavy on automation.
Also, the vibe check. Is this beginner-friendly? In the apps and Chrome extension, yeah. The agent SDK and API memory stuff is more advanced. Devs and pros will cook with that. Hobbyists will still benefit from the do-the-boring spreadsheet thing tasks without needing to code.
Price to value? Keeping that $3, $15 API pricing feels competitive against OpenAI and Google's flagship tiers. If you're only writing short copy, it's a nice-to-have. If you're building workflows, it's aggressive value, especially with rollback and OS-level gains. Source on pricing, TechCrunch.
Competitive field check. GPT-5's still the brainiac, Gemini 2.5's the speedster, and Sonnet 4.5 is like the dependable coworker who actually presses the buttons. If I had to meme it, when your AI stops vibesing and starts filing the report, caption. Not just chat GPTing, now it's spreadsheeting.
One more creator scenario. TikToker pipeline script to captions to auto-chopped highlights. Sonnet assembles a posting calendar, writes the descriptions, checks brand guidelines for tone, and kicks drafts into your CMS. For podcasters, Sonnet compiles show notes, guest bio pull quotes, sponsor reads formatted to length, and a clean blog post. For a graphic designer, Batch renames assets, populates metadata, lays out a proof deck, and exports a client-ready PDF. That's the OSWorld effect.
And because we're not doing press release energy, what could go wrong? Long, brittle flows can still snap if one app UI nudges a button. You'll want checkpoints on and give the agent permissions in slices. Anthropic's SDK supports that, which is a green flag. Sources mentioning the SDK and reliability features.
Anthropic coverage via MacRumors and TechCrunch. Quick history beat. Sonnet is Anthropic's practical tier faster, cheaper than Opus historically. 4.5 feels like a maturity step, less flash, more doing. Reuters framed the launch as focused on business customers. Replicate List improved scores across coding and system use benchmarks. OSWorld leadership, if it holds, is the headline for creators.
Availability rundown. It's live now. Claude API, Claude desktop and web apps, VS Code.Claude Code, Chrome extension for Macs, and the Agent SDK. No waitlist drama here. Pricing is consistent with previous Sonnet, per TechCrunch, so your finance tab can chill.
Sources we've been watching. Axios on the 30-hour autonomy claim. TechCrunch and Reuters on launch details and pricing. OSWorld's own benchmark site for context. OpenAI's write-up introducing SWE-bench Verified, and Replicate's Sonnet 4.5 page summarizing scores.
Bottom line. If your week is 70% make, format, ship, Sonnet 4.5 is a practical upgrade. If you're purely ideation and vibes, you won't feel the delta as much. For teams building agents, it's a must-test this week.
That's the show. If the AI wrote something suspicious today, we'll blame our robot intern. Thanks for hanging with us on the Blue Lightning AI Daily Podcast.
News, updates, and tutorials on your favorite AI tools, hit bluelightningtv.com. Catch you later.